My 600-pound life.
From pulling their children out of school to look after them full time, to making their grandchildren clean up after them after they go to the bathroom on themselves. These are by far and away the worst parents ever to feature on My 600-Pound Life. Starting off with one of the worst parents on the show is Kirsten, a 38-year-old weighing in at 612 pounds. Kirsten had a rough childhood. After being assaulted in high school, she began to take drugs and not look after herself at all. Addicted to these drugs, Kirsten would often live in with her deals and trade her body for drugs. As a result, she became pregnant with her first child and never knew who the real father was. She became deeply unhappy at her circumstances and started to binge eat to feel a sense of fulfillment. She also used eating as a way to make herself undesirable, hoping that it would keep people away from her.
And I kept eating, and maybe I ate. I was hoping to just keep people away from me. I don't know.
By the time Kirsten was in her early 20s, she weighed over 300 pounds.
God.
Living the same lifestyle,
God,
Kirsten
what?
fell pregnant with her second child, and due to her weight, Kirsten realised that she couldn't look after both of her children properly.
Everything was really out of control for me, and I couldn't give my kids what I knew that they deserved or needed. So I let my mom and dad take them because I couldn't take care of them anymore.
Knowing she was incapable of providing for them both, Kirsten gave both children back to her parents to look after. By the time Kirsten stars on the show, the children have been living with their grandparents for over 10 years. For those 10 years, Kirsten has been suffering with her addiction to drugs and food, gaining to the point where she was unaware of how heavy she'd become. On the show, her children Nico and Lexi reflect on their living situation with their grandparents.
And my parents have been raising them for the last 10 years.
Growing up, I didn't really get to see my mom that much because she was doing like drugs and stuff, and she didn't want me to be around that.
She knew it'd be probably best for me and Nico to stay here with our grandparents.
Attempting to get her life back under control, Kirsten moves in with her parents after being clean for 6 months, sharing a room with her son, Nico. Getting clean wasn't the only reason why Kirsten moved back in with her parents. As she gained so much weight, she was no longer able to look after herself, requiring her parents to help her with basic tasks like showering and cleaning. Kirsten even needs her mother to help wipe after using the toilet.
My family does everything for me in everyday life, everything. My mom gets my food ready, she washes my clothes, and at times she has to help me wipe my butt. I'm an invalid.
Sharing the same room as Nico, her young son is clearly uncomfortable with the arrangement, as her size means that her double bed takes up most of the space in the room. Nico also complains at the amount of food that she sneaks, always making the excuse that this is her cheat day. Kirsten also makes Nico sneak her food without her parents' knowledge, even bribing Nico when he tries to refuse. This obviously creates an unhealthy relationship between the pair, as Nico is desperate for attention and affection from his mother, which he has spent the last 10 years without, so he agrees to indulge her dangerous eating habits just to please her. Nico is concerned for his mother as she becomes increasingly more immobile, relying on him to complete more and more tasks for her, worrying that one day she will just stop getting out of bed. Viewers of the show also feel deep sympathy for Nico, with one Reddit user commenting, "I feel awful for her son and I hope that he's doing well now."
I do too, because she need to get her fat ass up and do something and stop eating. My goodness.
She was an absent parent to him, and then he was expected to drop everything to take care of her. He was 13 and deserved the opportunity to be a kid. It's shocking to see that after neglecting Nico for 10 years, she expects him to look after her every need the moment that she decides to come back into his life. Just like Kirsten, 673-pound Pauline expects her son to completely take care of her, twisting their relationship as mother and son as he assumes the role of the parent in this case. One of the most infuriating aspects of Pauline, like many other parents on our list, is their awareness of how
Yo, what up,
damaging
Kim?
their
My bad, I
overeating
ain't
is
see you.
to their children.
I'm
very
glad
aware
I ain't
of
like
the damage
that
I
fat.
am
I'm
doing to my
saying,
son
bro.
through overeating. These last 6 years have probably been pretty miserable for him.
I just can't wait for the day that I don't have to help her every day.
Please don't let me wreck. Oh God.
Pauline knows that she's harming her son, but seemingly doesn't care enough to change it. Dylan, Pauline's teenage son, looks after Pauline in every aspect of life. He takes care of the groceries, where Pauline orders him around, demanding he selects the biggest items he can possibly find, as well as running the household by himself. Dylan's biggest dream is the day when he doesn't have to look after his mother anymore. He can't move out and start a life of his own because his mother needs him to stay and look after her. And it makes you think, what kind of dream is that for a young man to have? Pauline is completely aware of this, knowing that she could potentially ruin his life. Starting the show for a second chance at life also gives Dylan the opportunity to start his. Unlike Kirsten's young children, Dylan has more responsibility over Pauline, as he drives her across the country to Houston and attends all of her appointments with Dr. Now. When Dylan is asked why he buys such unhealthy foods, Pauline explains that she abuses her position as his mother and forces him to buy whatever she wants.
Okay, chips, ice cream. The next question is, who buys those?
I'll send my son, but I know what you're gonna say, and it's really not his fault. He's probably considered an enabler, but I abuse my position as his mother, and I tell him, go get my food, and I force him to do it.
You know, the solution is not to buy it.
Right.
Okay, look, okay, hold on. At least she's saying what she's doing wrong. At least she's saying that. She could be like, he just buys it, but nah, she's like, okay, yeah, I tell him to do it because I'm his mother and he's gonna do it. That's better, you know, and then instead of just saying, nah, he just buys it and lying. You know what I'm saying, chat?
Okay, so you already know the solution, you already know the answer, you already know the problem, but you have no control over it.
And it really makes you wonder what kind of person would admit they're abusing their own children, knowing that it's wrong, and do nothing about it. A month into the program, Dylan is responsible for preparing Pauline's no-carb meals in line with Dr. Now's plan. At her second appointment though, Pauline hasn't lost any weight, instead gaining 4 pounds. Pauline expects so much from Dylan when he is still really just a child. Whenever he's on camera, he looks emotionless and stoic, with Pauline essentially robbing him of a childhood, enslaving him as a carer. And it seems like Dylan has just accepted this. One Reddit commenter said he was raised by a mother who, by her own admission, feels that the
That's like, gosh, bro. I can't stand it.
roles are reversed. I totally feel like he's the parent and I'm the kid, and all he has ever known is a mother who has weighed at least 500 and then 600 and then 700 pounds. I really do feel like I'm a burden. Pauline's stubborn attitude and victim mentality is all too common with my 600-pound life stars, just like Nicole. Nicole is one of the most viral stars from the show, with dramatic outbursts and tantrums that probably everyone has seen before. Between Nicole and her partner Charlie, the pair make their episode one of the most entertaining, as their selfishness and arrogance will make your jaw drop. Nicole's obesity causes her to be almost immobile, and simple trips to the supermarket are challenging, as Charlie has to move aisles and crates to the side in order to squeeze Nicole through. Like Kurt,
it gets to a point where you're that fat and you have to have your husband move aisles to make it wide enough for you. I mean, gang, look at your kid. Most likely your mom. You should not be eating that, bro. I should see vegetables on that plate. All vegetables and salads.
from earlier, Nicole's parents look after her young children as she's become too obese to look after them, or even herself properly. Nicole is known to social services, having threatened to remove her children from her due to neglect. Nicole's parents look after the children, but only so they don't get placed into care. Nicole's mother is frustrated at having to look after toddlers at her age, and resents Nicole for not taking responsibility in losing the weight and stepping up as a parent. In a hard-to-watch scene, Nicole shouts to her 2-year-old, who is unaccompanied while having a bath, as he is playing with the hot water tap. As Nicole weighs over 600 pounds, she can't fit through the door to reach her child.
Jaden, please, can you shut the water off and come with mommy? Jaden, please come on. I can't fit in the bathroom door. I can't fit in the bathroom door, Mom.
All right, I'll get him.
I can't take care of my kids, but there's nothing I can do about it right now.
Shouting for her mother to help, Nicole—
Shut the fuck up. You can do something. Start walking, eating better, and get off your ass. That's what you can do. Honestly. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Nicole's mother is also frustrated because she can't cope having to look after 2 babies on her own, and Nicole can't help in any capacity. With 2 parent figures who can't give the children the full attention they deserve, it's incredibly upsetting to watch. Nicole is so absent from her children that they don't even recognize that she is her mother, instead thinking their grandma is.
And it hurts me that my kids think their grandmother is their mom and that I'm not even a parent. One time I said to my son, "Do you love mama?" And he looked over at my mom and smiled. And it made me feel like he was calling her mom. And that's very hurtful.
In another viral scene from the
it's
show,
hurtful. You're 600 pounds and you're still eating bad. Come on now.
Nicole and her family
That's why you don't be fat. Bless me as being skinny. Amen. I'm doing a scavenger hunt and spelling bee tomorrow. Let me know if you're trying to be part of it. Oh snap! I missed his follow. No. CJ, yeah, just DM me. Just DM me. You can find my Discord by doing explanation point Discord.
stay at the hotel while visiting Dr. Now, where she realizes that the bed is on wheels. As Nicole can't get on top of the bed due to it rolling away beneath her, the couple have a heated argument, shouting at each other in front of their young children who are playing on the bed. Nicole's attitude is disgusting as she insults Charlie and swears at him in front of the children.
The flip just happened. It's 2 p.m. PST. Yeah, just 2 p.m. EST. Yeah, just DM me.
So when they said it was upstairs, idiot, I can't get on it, Charlie.
Why can't you? I'm holding
Just
the
give me
bed.
the chair over there.
Tensions rise as Nicole launches an attack on her entire family, furious that she can't get on the bed, calling her family bastards.
Nicole, do you realize? Look at your head. Your head is bigger than your husband's chest, dude. Like, your head is like about the size of his chest, and you're mad at them because you ate too much and got too big, bro. You just gotta, I gotta give you reality, bro. You gotta lock in. Like, look at your kids. Look at your kids. Look at everybody looking at you.
Screaming and shouting so loud, her children start crying. Nicole is selfish through and through, choosing food over her children and making no effort to change. It's unsettling to think of the children's future, as even their grandmother isn't overly happy about having to look after them. Another 600-pound life star with a toddler is Ashley D, weighing in at over 700 pounds. Her size has made her almost immobile, able to walk only a 20-meter distance at a time. The only task that Ashley can do is wash and relieve herself, but struggles with anything else. At the start of her episode, alarm bells start ringing as Ashley's apartment is not just untidy, but filthy. She clearly is unable to keep on top of the chores that people of a normal size just find easy to do. One of Ashley's biggest fears is that when she becomes immobile, she will need someone to take care of her. It's frustrating to see Ashley say this when she's done absolutely nothing to take control of the situation. It's also completely ironic, considering she already does have someone taking care of her 5-year-old son, Patrick. Everything that involves
Y'all gotta smack her somehow, gang. Y'all just gotta smack her, gang. I ain't even gonna lie.
standing and walking around, Ashley relies on Patrick to do, which is every household chore.
He's my legs in a lot of things.
La gente en Culver's me hace sentir en familia.
De Wisconsin con amor, bienvenido a Delicioso.
CPS ain't go to her house.
You are now ambassadors of our great institution, poised to make a difference.
Basically everything that involves standing and walking around a lot, Patrick does for me.
Go get the blue bucket for Mama. We're gonna do some laundry real quick.
He has to help me with just about every household chore.
Watching this 5-year-old struggle to fill the washing machine with laundry is incredibly upsetting, as it's something that no young child should have to worry about. Learning to do household chores is something that everyone learns, but not until you're at least able to reach the machine without having to climb on top of it. It's important to mention too, that if Ashley wasn't classed as disabled due to her weight and needing a carer, that her behaviour towards Patrick would be considered abuse, if it isn't already. One YouTuber commenter noted, "Watching that kid do laundry just broke my heart. I'm glad he's so smart and independent, but it shouldn't be taught this way. I hope she is better now." It isn't just household chores that Patrick needs to do either, but also prepare all of Ashley's meals, which, as we know due to her size, are very calorie dense and very unhealthy. As Ashley's husband works away as a truck driver for 70 to 100 hours a week, Ashley eats whatever Patrick is capable to make for her, which is a lot of cupboard snacks and microwave food. It's unfair to watch Patrick struggle this much, as Ashley has robbed him of his childhood, as their roles as parent and child have been completely reversed. Genuinely, just writing this part of the YouTube video is really upsetting, because a 5-year-old doesn't deserve this kind of stress and responsibility because his mother is so overweight, she can't help him at all. Just like Ashley's 7...
She has 2 plates of 4 hot dogs, gang. This is like just bad, bro. If I ever, like, if this is still happening, right, and I go and I see that kid still working, bro, I'm gonna walk up to her. Don't even care, gang. You gonna get it, bro. Because what you doing is mad foul. Like, he's 5 years old doing laundry. I ain't learned laundry till I was like 12. I ain't gonna lie. That's OD.
100-pound Miller casts a shadow of fear and worry over her children, as they do literally everything for her. Growing up with an emotionally distant mother, the only affection Miller received from her mother was through food. If Miller or her siblings refused food from their mother, she would see this as rejection and resort to violence against the children.
I do sometimes blame myself for Miller being the way she is. But at the time, I thought it was fine that she ate that much.
As Miller was the oldest, she would eat her siblings' food that they couldn't finish to save them from being punished.
She never said it, she never hugged me or kissed me, but what she would do is feed us. Giving us food was the only way my mother knew to show her love for us. And if we didn't take that food, my mother saw it as a rejection, and we would get a whipping.
Food was the only love Miller received, so she just wanted more and more.
I kept gaining, and I just kept getting bigger. When I graduated high school, I was pushing 350, and they did not have a gown to fit me. I was so embarrassed.
Miller had her first child with her husband Elroy when she was just under 500 pounds. When the couple tried to conceive another, they found that Miller was too overweight to carry another child, so they ended up adopting. It's already insane to think that at 500 pounds and climbing, Miller thought it was a good idea to take on more children when she was already struggling to look after the one she had. By the time they adopted their last child, Miller was 38 with 5 children. At 40 years old, Miller started to develop lipedema, which is a chronic condition that causes abnormal fat and connective tissue to build up in the body, usually in the legs and hips. The lipedema, combined with Miller's obesity, meant that it became increasingly difficult to get up and do anything.
As it got bigger and bigger, it became this huge weight, and it just held me down. And one day it got so big, I couldn't get up anymore. So I have no idea how big I am.
Ultimately, Miller became bedbound, completely relying on her children to look after her every need. To make matters worse, Miller's husband Elroy started to have health issues too, which resulted in his reduced mobility as he relies on a wheelchair and walker to get around.
I have a lot of health issues going on myself. I'm in end-stage renal failure, and I have congestive heart failure. It's took a toll, so I need to take care of myself.
Miller's daughter takes care of most of the chores, especially the food shopping, and she seems somewhat resentful to the unhealthy requests her mother makes. She likely finds it frustrating that Miller doesn't sympathize with her, feeling sorry that because of her weight, her daughter has to take responsibility for feeding the family.
I do mostly all the grocery shopping now. Just my dad can't walk in stores. I don't usually see my friends grocery shop unless they're with their parents. They don't do it by themselves.
I've heard people say that the pizza place can't make a good sandwich.
At the same time, this just makes me upset, bro. This makes me mad a little. I'm not gonna lie.
Way-Day. Wayfair's big sale is almost here. From April 25th through 27th, score up to 80% off area run.
His daughter is also slightly afraid of Miller, as if she doesn't get exactly what she wants, she will be punished.
You can get a 12-pack of the peach sodas. 2 12-packs will be fine. Ice cream bars, please.
I got to see.
We don't want to bring my mom some of the stuff that she asked us to bring her, but we have to. She'll be mad if we don't.
Beyond the household chores, Miller's daughter feels guilty for her mother's weight, as she understands that she is the one buying and feeding her parents.
I do feel responsible for my mom's weight because she can't get up and get it. It's just hard to know what to do when she wants food because we feel bad for her because she's on the bed.
This is such an unfortunate burden for her daughter to bear though, as she's simply doing what is being asked of her, yet has to take on the responsibility that her mother could die because of the food that she's feeding her. As mentioned before, Miller's children do absolutely everything to look after her, one of which being to clean their mother after she defecates in the bed.
Okay, done.
I know it's horrible for them.
One important note on this subject is that if Miller weren't bedbound due to her obesity, her children taking care of her after she defecates would be classed as child abuse. Ultimately, the responsibility and emotional burden that Miller places on her children because she can't stop eating is enormous.
Bring me plates and my oranges out the refrigerator.
So I'm trapped here and I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything unless it's in this bed. So most of everything around this house falls on my children.
In a similar situation is 705-pound Lisa Fleming, whose children and grandchildren look after her around the clock.
I'm stuck in this bed and I'm helpless. I can't go anywhere. I can't walk.
After her father tragically passed away when she was young, Lisa spiraled out of control and turned to alcohol and food as a coping mechanism. Things only got worse for Lisa as her brother passed away not long after, which her mother blamed her for. A few years later, Lisa then lost her mother to cancer.
In my early 40s, I found out my mom had cancer. So I moved back home with my mom, and she passed away shortly after. Losing my mom, almost lost my mind. I
would do the same, bro. She lost her she lost her dad, then her brother, then her mom. Dude, that's literally everybody in my house right now. Getting out. Yo, you like right here getting out, lose it. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what I would do, bro. I don't know, I'll just be a badass kid.
Around the clock, and I picked up weight so fast. I was over 500 pounds.
Her story is tragic and deeply sad, explaining why Lisa turned to food to cope, as it was the only thing in her life that she felt she could control. Immobile and bedbound, Lisa's adult daughter and her young grandson are the primary caregivers in her life, living in the same house as her and watching her 24/7.
A month ago, I started feeling sick and my leg was really bothering me. I kept saying, my leg is hurting bad. And when Danielle pulled open the folds of my skin, she found little maggots on there. So now she has to check my leg every day. And I can't believe it got so bad.
Not only is Lisa critically obese, but she's also one of the oldest stars on the show at 50 years old. This means that she also has a myriad of additional health complications related to her age and obviously her weight. Lisa's daughter has to bathe and clean her frequently, as her obesity-related skin infections need to be cleaned and disinfected. Her grandson also helps with this daily routine, an unsettling image as he has to clean his grandmother while she's completely undressed.
We all have to help her. 2, 3. God help me. Ooh. You got it? I got it. Oh! My grandson don't even get a chance to be a kid because he's so busy catering to me.
Like the story with Miller, this just reeks of child abuse, as no child should have to see their parent or grandparent in this disturbing way. One YouTube commenter wrote, "It's extremely sad that the grandson has to be subjected to this. This is just generational trauma developing before our eyes." Although Lisa's daughter Danielle is an adult, capable of making her own decisions, she is still a victim of her mother, as she herself struggles with her own weight, falling into the same bad habits as her mother. One YouTube comment said, her daughter is set and ready to be in a similar position as her mother. The mother needs someone to motivate her to lose weight, and it certainly isn't the daughter. After failing to lose any weight over the course of her treatment, Danielle is disappointed in Lisa for letting her down, reflecting on the years of support she offered her mother with nothing in return.
I'm not gonna get the surgery I came here for. Dr. Now is done with me.
So what are your plans going forward?
Well, I had just planned on just giving up, Danielle.
Why?
I'm just not getting nothing accomplished. And I feel like you the only one of my children who even care enough about me.
You can't expect nobody else to be a cheerleader for you. You have to be your own cheerleader sometimes. You need to do it for yourself.
I know.
And you don't need to be letting me down.
But I can't let myself down either.
All right. We're gonna do this.
Unfortunately, just several months after her episode aired, Lisa tragically passed away after her body gave out. Another star who struggled to turn things around is £530 Penny, who is also known as one of the many stars who failed Dr. Now's weight loss program. Penny had an addiction to food from a young age, always being the heaviest person in her class.
Trident Vibes.
Bro, that's
a
sad,
soft gum
dude.
with a juicy experience. It's a vibe.
She's dead right now.
Hotels.com is where you
That's
go to
just
choose
crazy.
from hundreds of thousands of hotels and earn rewards on every stay.
And even having to wear plus-size adult clothes as a child.
And I remember like 4th grade, I started having to wear plus sizes. I hated that really bad. Just gaining 20 pounds a year. I ended up being close to 300 by the time I was 22 or so.
After getting married to her now husband Edgar, the couple had a young child together named Liam. Unlike the other parents, Edgar did quit his job to look after Penny, becoming her full-time carer. Liam doesn't have the same responsibility in looking after his mother as the other star's children do, but that doesn't mean that he isn't being neglected by Penny. As Penny is bedbound, she can only see Liam if he comes to her. This means that Liam can't be left alone with her, as if something bad happened to him, she wouldn't be able to get to him at all.
I help take care of my son, but it's here. If he refused to come into my bubble, then I wouldn't be able to help him.
She places the parenting responsibility on Edgar, who takes care of everything around the house, looking after Penny and Liam.
Penny is very stubborn, and Ed does enable her. He buys whatever she tells him, and if he doesn't, he's gonna be in trouble.
Ed definitely does bring the food in to the house, but I also believe that he doesn't have much choice.
Penny is also unable to attend any of Liam's sports or school events, as she's too big to be transported the distance. Instead, Edgar has to record Liam's milestone events to show Penny when they arrive home.
Today's Liam's graduation for kindergarten. It's hard because I'll be leaving to go see the award ceremony and I'll be here. But you bring me home an award and some pictures, okay? I want it. Who loves you? You.
Liam, go get one of them wipes.
It's hard not to be there, but it's even harder when I say, I'm sorry I can't be there today. And he's like, oh, it's okay.
Liam is always visibly upset by this, seemingly confused as to why his own mother can't be there at these special events. Some of Penny's family members even agree that Penny is an unfit mother and feel deep sympathy for Liam that he doesn't have the support from her that any child deserves from their parents.
She's a great mom, but you just can't be a good mom when you're in bed.
Liam loves her so much, and I thought having him would change everything, but it hasn't. It's gotten worse.
As if that couldn't be frustrating enough, Penny is also incredibly delusional, as she believes that she does a lot more for Liam than most mothers do.
I never want anyone to discount, well, you didn't get to do these things.
Bitch, be for real. Bitch, be for real. You just lie to yourself.
With your son, because the things that I've done with my son on a regular daily basis probably exceed what regular moms get to do that have to go out in the workforce. Still, there's things that all moms miss, but I'll be at his next event. I know I will.
And I don't understand how this could be true when she can't walk, can't prepare his meals, clean his laundry, or even play with him, when most mothers can do this with ease. Penny is also completely unsympathetic during her treatment, as Dr. Now requires the family to relocate to Houston so that they can be close to the hospital. Liam has to leave his school and all of his friends to stay in a tiny one-bed apartment where he has to share a bunk bed with his father.
This is Liam and I's room. It's only a one-bedroom. I get the bottom bunk. Obviously, can't sleep with Penny. I know Liam can't wait for her to come home.
Penny never once seemed apologetic about this, failing to take responsibility for the fact that it's because of her that they've had to relocate.
You know, the thing is there really wasn't a diet like given to us or to me. I'm waiting for the food.
All right.
I need to get something in me, and I feel like I'm dropping all my sugar.
As the months roll by and Penny stops contact with Dr. Now, she seems unconcerned by the fact that the quicker she loses weight, the quicker that she will be discharged. And that means the quicker that Liam can return back to their home in Maryland to be with his friends again.
Even if I'm not successful in the world's eyes, the fact that I did all of this so far changed my path in life.
That's all for her.
Forever. And I don't ever
okay.
have to be an ideal weight in Liam's eyes because he's seen what I'm willing to do for him. And he's proud of me.
Out of all the parents discussed so far, Penny is definitely the most delusional, as she firmly believes that she's a fantastic parent to Liam, not thinking for a moment that she is deeply harming him.
At this point, I don't think Penny has any intention to change anything.
Phillip, DoorDash me Starbucks.
What'd she say?
Phillip, DoorDash me Starbucks.
Fries. Never that. Never that. Never that. Wait a minute.
In her lifestyle, I don't know what will work for Penny. I hope she wakes up at some point. Otherwise, I don't think she's gonna live too long.
And saving the worst till last is James King, notorious for being one of, if not the worst stars on the show, for his repulsive attitude and victim mentality.
You know that I'm just now getting the resources that I've been needing.
We're talking about your food. We're not talking anything
All
else.
of it. I've needed all of it, though, to start with. I haven't had home health. I've had nothing.
Are you telling me that to start?
Obviously, if you're a subscriber to the channel, you'll know all about James King. And if you haven't subscribed yet, which is probably the majority of people watching, I would massively appreciate it if you did. With his weight unknown, but estimated to be well over 600 pounds, James is completely bedbound. He relies on his partner Lisa and his daughter Bailey to be sole caretakers as he can no longer take care of himself.
I better get what I want or I'm really going to be upset, especially in the morning at breakfast.
Shut your fat ass up, nigga. Go up and get it, bro. Just shut up and get it.
Breakfast ready?
No, not yet.
Once I'm up and the day has started, all I'm waiting on is sausage, eggs, and biscuits all covered in gravy.
Dan,
Looks good, baby.
when I tell him he doesn't need it, he'll get mad and he'll yell. It makes me angry and sad at the same time. I'm so frustrated.
Not only does James need help with his day-to-day needs, but he also has many health issues as a result of his weight. He has extensive skin infections on his legs as his blood cannot circulate around his body properly. This requires Lisa and Bailey to wash him and clean him every single day. While James wears a catheter, he still has to relieve himself the other way in his bed. This means that Bailey has to help clean up her own father's feces multiple times a day, and judging by the size of the meals that James eats, I doubt it's an easy job.
I need to...
Beating the buzzer? That's easy. But stress sweating on live TV? That stinks.
Secret has 3 times the sweat protection versus ordinary antiperspirant.
Not using Secret Clinical? Now that's a rookie move.
Secret, fresher under pressure.
Thank you all for joining us here today
chat, school
to
got me so
celebrate
tired, gang. I
the
didn't even lie to
achievements
wake up mad early
of
today.
the community.
I went to the bathroom. I need to be cleaned up.
Okay. All right, give me a minute. I'm gonna get Bailey to help me, okay?
I just can't do anything for myself anymore.
Okay. Go slow, Mom.
James cannot take care of himself at all. He cannot bathe himself. He cannot use the restroom. He has to wear a catheter. And it breaks my heart to see that James is trapped in a bed and can't do the things that he loves to do. Okay.
It's disturbing that Lisa also allows this, allowing Bailey to pick up more and more work every single day.
My mom pulled me out of school because I have to help with my dad. I don't feel like that I should have to be a caretaker to my dad because a father is supposed to protect and take care of his daughter.
Just in case.
But it's my dad, and I'm not gonna let him just lay there.
No child should have to quit school to take care of their parents, especially as James's situation is entirely his own fault. One YouTube commenter wrote, making the daughter drop out of school because of her father's gluttony and laziness.
I'm lost, bro. Like, honestly, dude, I'm literally lost here, bro. I'm not even gonna lie with you, bro. I'm lost, gang. Like, I mean, how? Like, how, bro? Like, it's just mind blowing. Like, what do you do in your day? Like, bro, think about it. What do you do? Like, bro, imagine you're just sitting in this bed right here for months, days on end, doing nothing but sitting and eating, bro. Like, what can you possibly be doing during the things you're not eating, bro? You're literally just sitting there, like TV, like you got. I would hate to be like that, bro. I hate to be like that, bro. Like, you like 600 pounds, bro.